I'm Shashi and this is Kariso. These past few days, our former Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has come under quite some serious criticism from all around the world because of his tweets. But according to him, his tweets were taken out of context. But was it really? Let's take a look at it. But before that, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and we can get straight to the video. So to understand all this, we have to go back to early October, to when all this began in France. A man by the name of Samuel Paty, a 55-year-old man, father of one 5-year-old son, who is also a teacher in a particular school in France. He teaches many classes, but one of his class which caused all this problem is the class on freedom of expression. And on his defense, before this thing started, he asked the Muslim students and those who would find this sensitive to leave the class first, but nevertheless he did show those pictures from a prominent France magazine which shows caricature of Prophet Muhammad and God, and one of the caricature apparently showed Prophet Muhammad naked with his genitals exposed. To this, as a response, as a retaliation, one of the students' father by the name of Brahim Chenina, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, filed a complaint on him at the police station that he's disseminating pornography in class. And to this, Samuel Paty responded by filing a complaint of defamation against him. When this happened, Chenina became very enraged and went to Facebook and YouTube to show his anger. So in this particular video in YouTube, he condemned what the teacher did, and on top of that, he gave the school's address and where the teacher lives and everything, so people will come and protest in front of the school. And 1 week before this murder happened, there was a huge protest in front of the school, which was joined by one of the imam from a major mosque there, Grand Mosque de Pantin, I think it's called. And this particular mosque organization also uploaded videos on YouTube to promote the protest and to go against what this teacher is showing here. It's basically blasphemy. If you come from a Muslim religion, you're not supposed to do all those. After this protest, Chenina filed a complaint against the school and also against Samuel Paty's lessons, which led him to be present in the police station to actually give his statement. And during this time, Samuel Paty was still a bit confused because this particular girl, Chenina's daughter, was not even in the class when all this event took place. Now let's get to the perpetrator. It's an 18-year-old boy, a Russian immigrant by the name of Abdullah Abuyodevich Anzorov. He came to France at 6 years old as a refugee, and currently they are living in France. He has no connection to the teacher. He lives almost 100 kilometers away from the school and basically had nothing to do with this entire event. The thing about his family is his half-sister apparently joined ISIS in 2014, and Anzorov himself has been appearing in courts multiple times for minor misdemeanors. And apparently from his they confiscated his phone and everything, and from the conversation in the phone, he was in touch with a jihadist from Syria. On the 16th of October, Anzorov actually came to the school and waited outside the school, and he apparently paid two boys a total sum of 300 euros to actually pinpoint who the teacher is. And the story he told them was he wants to beat the teacher up so the teacher doesn't repeat this again. So when the teacher left the school and walked towards his car park, Anzorov followed him there. With a 12-inch or 13-inch knife, he actually stabbed the teacher Samuel Paty multiple times and finally beheaded him. On top of this, he took a picture of the head and posted it on Twitter. Twitter, of course, immediately blocked this tweet, but a snapshot or screenshot was taken by many people by then. After this was done, he walked away from the incident, and 600 meters away from where this murder happened, police cornered him. And when police cornered him, he did not just surrender easily, but he tried to shoot them with air rifles and tried to stab them. In retaliation to this, the police shot him 9 times and eventually killed him. In connection with this, 16 people were arrested, including Anzorov's grandparents, his brother, the 4 students who pinpointed the teacher in school, Chenina, and the imam from the Grande Mosque de Pantin. As a retaliation to this, the France Prime Minister Emmanuel Macron called this a typical Islamist terrorist attack. President of the teaching union said this is an assassination on teachers, assassination on teaching. The government had ordered the particular mosque, Grande Mosque de Pantin, to be closed down for 6 months because of the videos they uploaded during this protest and everything, despite them removing the video a few hours after the murder happened and expressing regret over what happened. The Defense Council ordered 231 foreigners to be deported back to their own country, and the Internal Minister demanded the dissolution of 2 Muslim NGOs in France. So all this happened and the retaliation was going on, and less than 2 weeks later, the second incident happened, the one which is tied with Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. And And this was done by a 21-year-old Tunisian boy. He arrived in Nice on the 29th of October 2020 in the morning, changed his dress in the railway station itself, and walked 400 meters to the church, Notre Dame Basilica. And he entered the church at 8:29 a.m. Went in, he killed the 3 people he saw first. And who were these 3 people? The first was the guy who's working in the church, a 55-year-old man, father of 2, who feeds the poor and feeds refugees in his free time. He was stabbed multiple times and killed. Second was a 44-year-old mother of 3 who works as a caregiver to elderly. She was stabbed multiple times, but she managed to run away and escape to a nearby restaurant, but the paramedics didn't come in time to save her. And her last words were, "Tell my children I love them." And finally, the most gruesome was a 60-year-old lady, and she was almost completely beheaded. The police cornered him after this incident. When they were called, they came over and they cornered him, but they had to tase him and shoot him 5 times before they could actually arrest him and bring to the hospital. So with all this being said, after this incident is when Dr. Mahathir posted his tweets. I will put the tweets up in the screen right now, and you guys can read through it what exactly happened. And the tweet which caused the outrage and the criticism of the entire world is tweet number 13. So why don't you guys read it, and why don't you tell me what actually happened here? Was it really taken out of context, or did he mean what he exactly tweeted there? Comment down your thoughts below, and until the next video, bye bye.